In the introduction to this outline, as it's called, it's 53 pages, but it's an outline. The president, the White House, says that the level of disrepair in our infrastructure is unacceptable. I know from talking to you before, you agree with that part. As you take a look at this, is this a significant step in the right direction?
Well, it's certainly a step. I think it's more like a baby step than a giant step, because it's really not the kind of money that's needed to fix up our roads and bridges and aging infrastructure in America. There's 60,000 structurally deficient bridges in America, 50 to 60 to 70-year-old transit systems, an interstate system that's really crumbling, and this kind of investment just will not meet the overwhelming needs of America right now.
When you say this kind of investment, are you referring to the $200 billion over 10 years, or are you talking about the $1.5 trillion that the President and the White House say this will actually leverage to?
Well, the $200 billion is very insufficient from the federal government. That's $20 billion a year. And to think that the states are going to be able to come up with the money to fix up these projects, whether it's an interstate or a bridge or a transit system, the states don't have the money. Many of the states are broke, and they simply do not have the pot of money that's needed to really fix up America's infrastructure.
So what about private funds? Because we talked to some very large firms like Carlyle, for example, in Washington, who have a very substantial infrastructure fund, and they say they're eager to put private money to bear. What about that filling in the need?
No question about it. Public-private partnerships are a great way to fund projects. We authorized a number of public-private partnerships when we were at DOT during President Obama's first administration. But again, there's 60,000 structurally deficient bridges. Each one of those requires millions and millions of dollars. There's 70-year-old transit systems that need new cars, new infrastructure. The interstate system is in all 50 states in America and is crumbling. So 3 Ps, public-private partnerships, great. But we need to increase the gas tax. We need an infrastructure bank. We need to give the states more tolling authority. We need to create several pots of money that then can be leveraged against the federal money. But the federal government needs to step up here. Congress needs to say the gas tax hasn't been raised since 1993, 25 years. Let's raise that. Let's create an infrastructure bank. Let's give the states more opportunities for tolling. Let's use 3 Ps. We need about 4 or 5 pots of money, and this is a small step today. We need a big, giant step if we're going to fix America's infrastructure.